So we have 18 days of inventory. We're kind of holding steady there. That's a good thing. 2,225 single family homes, which is terrific because we just listed 107 new ones. So out of that 225, we have 107 that were just listed. And out of that, those homes that we had yesterday, we put 143 under contract, and we closed 111, and we're averaging 134 sales a day. This is awesome, just awesome. And we are over 200% of what we were last year. In May, month to date, this May, we have sold 3,345 homes. And again, that's in Clark County. And in May of last year, we had only sold 1,546 homes. So that means we're over 200% of last year's numbers. And I'm going to do a quick time check here. So everybody, check here. Everybody hang on a second. Oops. Pro lacrosse coming to Las Vegas, everybody. If you didn't know it, it's true. And that is huge because lacrosse is becoming such a, well, I'm sure it's been becoming a great sport even long before I knew so much about it, because my friends' children becoming such okay, we're good. Anyway, so my friends have their two sons that have played lacrosse while they were in high school, and they were always going places and doing things and having a wonderful time. So what's going on in the $1 million home area? We have 577 that we've sold so far this year, 93% of what we did all of last year. That is just amazing to me. We have 387 active homes that are in the $1 million range. So what I did this morning for everybody is, if I can, let's hope it's still here. Let me hide this and let me put this up and let me put me in the corner again. Here we go. So as of today, Wednesday, I keep thinking it's Thursday for some reason. Wednesday, we have one home that's $27,500,000. And between that and 10 million, we have 14 homes, which is 3.6% of the 387 active homes. And then from 9 million to 6.1 million, we have 46. Isn't that amazing? Now, I will tell you about this number, though. 22 of those homes are listed, and they're each listed for 7.8 million. However, you have to buy all 22 together for the 7.8 million. And I talked about this the last couple of days. So kind of skews the numbers a little bit in that range, because of the 46, 22 are listed at 7.8. So there's really only one. So really, if you subtract 22 from 46, you get, what do you get? 20. So there's only 24 really, not 46, 24, 25 really, because you have to count at least one, I guess. So anyway, then you have the 5 million top down to 2 million. Now you have, I'm amazed, 129 of those. That's a third of the homes that are on the market are between 2 and 5 million. And then the biggest chunk of homes is between 1 million and 1.9 million. You have 187 homes, which is 48% of the market right there. And I if you do the numbers, and I might do this for tomorrow, I'm going to take those 22 homes out of the 46. And I think probably you're going to see then the majority, the numbers will shift, of course, because you won't have 46 up there. So the 187 will become more of the percentage. And I think you're going to have over 50% actually that are between 1 million and 1.9 million. And then you have the 900 to the 99999, and that makes up almost 3% of the market. So as I told you the other day, and I know, Tammy, you were right on it. There's that home that's available for 7.5 million that's in Spanish Trails on an acre, 16,000 square feet. It cost $21 million to build it. So you can only imagine how well that house is built, how beautiful it is. And it's pretty timeless. I'm sure there's some things people want to go in there, maybe change some colors or whatever, but it's pretty timeless. I think I can move in. I think I can move into that home. So if you look it up on the MLS, if you just look up the price, 7.5 million, and you'll find it on the search page of the MLS. And or if you do the search virtual tours on your website, if you have a Las Vegas Agent Formula website, you'll see it there. Or you can go to LasVegasRelocation.com and search for that price house under the virtual tour search. So numbers. And my question of the day is, do you know your numbers? If you know your numbers, then you know how many people to put in your pipeline. And you've got to keep stuffing that pipeline and stuffing that pipeline and stuffing that pipeline until it explodes. And I remember when Sam Coleman said, now this has been over a year ago now, it was in September. And he said, and I think this was before the pandemic. So he said, I'm going to set an open house for 90 days in a row. And he did. And guess what? His business exploded. It exploded, and it's still carrying him today. Sam, congratulations. I want to have you on one of my shows soon. So you can tell your story and how successful you've been able to be with a plan. If you don't have a goal, you're not going to get anywhere. You've got to know where you're going, and you've got to have a plan. And he had a plan, a 90-day plan, and it worked. And if you all would just take the next 90 days, because you've got to stay focused or you're going to drift in this market. And I talk about that because I don't want you to do it. So get your 90-day plan together. Everyone needs a deadline. A goal is a dream with a deadline. A goal is a dream with a deadline. And you've got to have it. You just absolutely have to. And, there's a lot going on in our market. And Zillow, I think I told you yesterday or the day before, they have bought 62,000 homes across the United States. Zillow has purchased 62,000 homes across the United States, and they have paid top dollar for them, and they are going to keep them. They're free and clear, and they're going to rent them until they see where the market's headed. Or maybe they have another plan in mind, what they're going to do versus where the market's headed. They may already have a plan. And if you don't know it, hedge funds are buying up homes as well. So, and I'm not sure what they know that we don't know, but I am going to figure it out, because why they're buying homes right now, I'm not real sure, except that money's virtually free. And if I had several $1 million worth of investors' money right now, I would buy homes. And you know why? Because home ownership is the biggest hedge against inflation. And I think that if anything, just with my simple-minded when it comes to economy and strategy, that I would buy something that is going to appreciate. Last year your dollar was worth $1. This year your dollar's worth 90 cents. So inflation is hitting us pretty fast. So whatever you paid $1, 90 cents for last year, you're paying $1 for this year. And it's going to continue to go up to where there's about a 30% shift soon. So, you don't want your cash laying around. You want it invested in something that's going to appreciate, because cash is going to depreciate. And I think that's what these hedge funds and even Zillow is aware of. If they know what's coming, we're printing money. The current administration isn't running the country like a business. And I mean, that's just the truth. Okay, next subject. So I had a RE/MAX broker in my office yesterday. I was a RE/MAX broker for over 30 years, and I made a lot of friends in those 30 years. And this fella Steve is from California. And he made me aware that the RE/MAX agents, broker. He's a broker salesman. He's not a owner, but he is trying. He's a member of one of the biggest Remaxes in California, and they've lost about 20% of their agents through the pandemic and through what's going on in California. So he is very concerned because Remax is using Zillow as one of their suppliers and trying to get their agents, to buy into the Zillow Premier Agent, whatever Zillow is offering. And here's the rub. Zillow's a brokerage. So why is another brokerage supporting another brokerage? And anybody out there in Denver is listening today, something to think about, because you've got some unhappy people that maybe you're not aware of because you're still supporting Zillow as a preferred supplier, preferred vendor, and they're actually a brokerage and they're really a competitor. So just something for you all to think about in your own brokerage. If people are supporting Zillow, maybe you need to make them aware that Zillow is a competitor now because they're a brokerage. The other thing in the news, in the real estate news, is that Remax sued EXP. And Remax sued EXP because EXP was recruiting. That's EXP is a lot about recruiting. And I'm not so sure what's going on there because, people recruit from other brokerages all the time. And yeah, I may have a contract as an independent contractor. I may have a contract with my company. Does that mean somebody else can't try to recruit me? And is that torturous interference, which is kind of what the lawsuit is about? So if you're out and about in the internet and searching some interesting things, see if you can find the details on that, because a lot of different things going on out there in our industry today. And I don't think I saw that in the Inman News. I read the Inman News on the weekends, and I try to keep up with Riz Media too. It's hard to keep up with everything sometimes. Okay, so let's talk about the numbers here. I found, when I was looking up the numbers, I found some quotes that Henry Ford said. And of course, he says, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. And so getting back to numbers, if you have your numbers and you believe in those numbers, you can probably hit your target. And quality means doing it right when no one is looking. Yeah, I think we all need, downtime, time to think, time to kind of get our act together, get our strategy together, think of how much quality we can actually offer people. And failure is simply the opportunity to begin again. And this time, just, with more intelligence, because once you fail, hopefully you learn something from it. And don't find fault, find a remedy. Some of these things, I was looking for a particular quote and I didn't find the one I was looking for, but I found this group here and I thought they were really good. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. No, your reputation is today. And so when it comes to numbers, let me hide this. So when it comes to numbers, let's say that what you're selling costs $2,000 and you want to make $100,000 a year. So here's the deal. There's the 12, 8, 5, 3, and 1. 12 calls. You're going to get 8 people that answer. You're going to get 5 appointments. You're going to get 3 appointments that actually follow through, and you're going to get 1 deal. So that means if you want to make $100,000 and what you're selling costs $2,000, you have to make 600 calls. You have to, you're going to get 400 answers. You're going to get 250 appointments. You're going to get 150 people that you're going to actually sit down with, and you're going to get 50 deals. Times 2,000 is your 100,000. And so I'll put those numbers in the group if you want to kind of equate what you do to that. And one of the things I was finding when I was looking for some quotes from Henry Ford and from P.T. Barnum. Barnum said If you don't promote yourself, nobody knows you. And in this world of social media, and I was listening to Ryan Maffini's podcast yesterday, and in this world of social media, guys, there's not a better time, guys and gals, there's not a better time to promote yourself than now. And over these past 500 plus shows, I mean, I've given you so many different tips and tricks and things to do and what to do and schedules. And if you're not doing it, I don't know. I mean, maybe you should be looking for something else to do. Now, I know there's people out there that have a good book of business, and that good book of business is going to carry them through, because it's like Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy. He continues to market to his people. He has a concierge. He has the girls in his office. They make phone calls. You know, they all know what they have to do every day. And it's back to you have to know how many calls it takes to make the numbers. And Aaron closes about 20 deals a month. Not bad. And when the numbers start scaling, it's at first, if you have to make all those phone calls, and you might eventually, when you get halfway through your goal, maybe you want to make, you're making 50 grand and it's June, and you got 6 more months. Maybe it's time to get an assistant to help you make those phone calls. You have to decide that for yourself based on what your expenses are, which we talked about the other day. And I think this is here's what we get from Buffini. See if I can't. Yes, we talked about this the other day. If you want to make $250,000, you also have to factor in, the taxes and your expenses. So if you want to make $250,000, you really, if that's what you want to net, if you want to run your household on, $16,000-$17,000 a month, you really need to make $369,000, because you're going to pay the government 30% and you're going to have expenses. So that's something that you have to consider when you're putting up your numbers and when you're figuring out how many calls you have to make. And I told everybody, you have to know how many calls that you need to make to generate a deal. You have to, just like I just said, I got this on a little sticky. I was listening to a podcast, and this podcast was the promoter of Bill Ramsey back in the day. Or Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is all about living debt-free. And this was a gentleman who was promoting Dave back in the day. And this is what he said was his, the number of calls, his 12, 8, 5, 3, and 1. I have to make 12 calls, 8 people will answer. I'll make 5 appointments, 3 people will show up, and I'll get 1 deal. And the deals were, Dave Ramsey has conferences or seminars. It's a retreat almost. I think he has a 5-day where people, it's not cheap. It's I think it's around $10,000. But that's what the secret was to get enough people to go to his conference. And it's no different in our business. Calls, you have to do your calls, you have to do your appointments, you have to have valuable information for people. So in this scenario, these people needed to contact 20 people to get one person, and they needed to get 3 of those people, right, to get a deal. So you've got to know your numbers, and it's this simple. There's not that many numbers on this page, and you can take a picture of it, or I think I already put it in the group. I'll put it in the group again, and you'll know what it takes, but you have to know your numbers. And then if you want to improve your business, you have to know your numbers. Like maybe you have to make 24 phone calls, or, to get, because you want to make 2 deals, because you want to double your business. And you've got to get the momentum going. That's the story of the day. You've got to have a deadline. You've got to do what Sam Coleman did, 90 days. 90 days. Can you imagine sitting in an open house 90 days in a row? And he did it. He did not miss a day. And that was before COVID. That was right before COVID, the last quarter of that year. So I guess that was 2019. Gosh, time flies. So You got to go all in, and that's what Sam did. I think that's about it for today. Short and sweet. I wanted to just give you some of those little tidbits on the news. Wanted to show you a little bit about the numbers, how easy it is. This is not rocket science, everybody. It's applying yourself and going on in. Wanted to kind of give you a little boost there, give you some quotes, and we've got whatever you do, do it with all your might. Work at it. If necessary, work early, work late, in season, out of season. Don't leave a stone unturned. Never defer for a single hour that which can be done now. Oh my God, don't procrastinate. The old proverb is full of truth and meaning. Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. And many a man acquires a fortune by doing his business thoroughly while his neighbor remains poor for life because he only half does it. Ambition, energy, industry, perseverance are indispensable prerequisites for success in business. Fortune always follows the brave and never helps a man who does not help himself. And that came from The Art of Money Getting, The Golden Rules for Making Money by P.T. Barnum. So you'll have a wonderful, wonderful day. Tomorrow we are going to have a class. Yes, we are. And our class tomorrow, let's see if I can find it. Hide this, put this up. Yes, cybercrime. Tomorrow from 10 to 1 here at 8400 West Sahara. Sign up, and when you sign up, it's going to ask you if you want to Zoom or if you want to come into the classroom. So we know the numbers, so we don't overbook. One time we had 10 people sitting in the back, but we had enough chairs. They just didn't have any table space, but that happens sometimes. But we're trying to control that more now. With Zoom, we can. And we go over all types of things: hackers, spam, phishing, how people break into your computer, the Trojans that they implant into your computer, and what brute force is, and how people can use brute force to log in and take over your information. I am here to tell you, I've told you this before, the division is now requiring risk and risk management. And part of the course, the guidelines have to include taking care of your data, making sure you're taking care of your clients' data, and if you're a broker, taking care of your agent's data, because the hackers are here. They're not going away. They get smarter all the time. They hack the pipeline, for heaven's sakes. So, they can hack them. And the other thing is stalking. You got to be careful what you put on social media. And we go over all those things. And you learn 4 major things that will keep you safe. So please come to class. It's a great class. If you don't need the ethics, it also counts for general. It also can, if you can take any core class, and they all count for general, as well as if they're core classes, they count toward ethics, agency, law, and contracts. So please come, please sign up. Just, I sent everybody an email this morning. Go to bee.vegas if you didn't get it. You didn't get the email, or it went into your spam folder. Let's see if I can get my thing up here. Yeah, so let's put this down, and there you go. Right, you go to be.vegas. There it is on the screen. There's no .com, no .net, and you're going to find a calendar, and you're going to find under Thursday the 27th, CE. Click on that. It'll take you to the course, and then you just sign up. Okay, everybody, thank you so much, and I will see everybody tomorrow. And everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day.